Welcome to Data Project Hub. In this video, we will see what is an alter table statement in SQL. Alter table statement is used to add, delete or modify columns in an existing table. Also, it can be used to add and drop various constraints on an existing table. So these are the four operations which can be carried out using the alter table statement. We can add columns, we can drop columns, we can rename columns, and we can modify the data type of columns in a table using the alter table statement. So in this video, we will see all the four operations which can be carried out using the alter table statement in the database. For that, we are going to create a table called as transactions underscore table, which has got four columns. The first column is ID, which is of integer data type. The second column is name, which is of character data type with a fixed length of 100. The third column is contact number of variable character 50 size, then created a column with the data type date time. Execute this and let us create the table. Now the table is created. Now let me insert some data into the particular table. Execute and three rows are affected. Data has been successfully inserted. Now let me query the table and see the table. Then we can go ahead and do each of the four operations. And now we have got a table called as transactions table with four columns: ID, name, contact number, and created it. Now we can go through all the four operations one by one. The first one is add column. Now, in order to add a new column, we have to use the alter table statement along with the add parameter to add a new column along with a data type assigned. For that, we will start writing query for the same. Before that, we are going to add a new column called as email into the particular table. So the new column that we are going to add is email column. So I will note that also here. So email column. So we will start with alter table statement, and then we have to specify the table name. Here the table name is transactions underscore table. Then specify add. Then we have to specify the column name. The column name here is email, and then the data type of the new column being added is variable character of size 50. So now complete it with a semicolon. Execute this, and now the new column will be added. Command completed successfully. Now execute the select star from transactions table. Execute. Now a new column called as email has been added. Now let us insert some data into the particular table. For that, we can use the update table statement. Update. Then we have to specify the table name. Here it is transactions underscore table. Then we use the set parameter. Then email equal. We will use the concat function. Concat, open and close parenthesis. We will concat the contact number along with @ of company.com, and we will specify the, or we will add the value to particular column called as email. Here the first parameter is contact number, contact underscore number, and the second one is @ of company.com. Now execute this, and we can see that data will be inserted into the table. Execute, three rows are affected. Now select star from transactions table. We can see that the email column has been populated with data where we are concatenating the contact number along with @ of company.com. Now we have completed the first operation, that is adding new column. Now we will move on to the second operation, which is called as drop column. So here we are going to drop the column ID, because the intention behind creating ID column was to consider the column as primary key or as a key. So now we have a new column created called as email ID, which is actually giving us unique records. So we can drop the ID column. We don't want ID column anymore because it is simply recurring. So we are deleting ID column. For that, we will start with alter table, alter. Then we specify the table name, that is transactions underscore table. Then we will specify drop column, that is drop column. Then we specify the column name, that is id, and finish it with a semicolon. Execute this and see what is happening. It is completed successfully. Let us once again query the table and see if the column is available. We can see that the column has been removed. So id column is no more available. Similarly, we can remove multiple column depending upon our requirement. Now let us move on to our third operation, which is called as renaming column. Here we are going to rename the created at column to transactions at. So created underscore at to transaction underscore at. So we'll change the name to transaction underscore at. For that, the syntax will start like alter table. Then we specify the table name, that is transaction underscore table. Then we specify rename parameter, then column. Then we specify the old column name, that is created underscore at. Then we specify the new column name. Before that, we have to add one more thing, which is called as to. Then we specify the new column name. So the new column name is transaction underscore at. Here now I am not going to execute this because this will not work in SQL Server or using T-SQL. This syntax will not work. This will only work in Oracle. So for T-SQL or for SQL Server, we have a different statement using which we can rename the column name. I will show that in this video. So here we will be using another inbuilt stored procedure, which is called as sp underscore rename. Let us see how we can rename the column using that stored procedure. We will start with exec, which is execute, then sp underscore rename, which is the sp name. Then we will specify the table name and column name. Here the table name is transactions underscore table, and the column name is created underscore at. And after a comma, specify the new column name. So the new column name is transaction underscore at. Then we have to specify the parameter for which we are going to change the name. So this sp underscore name can be used to change the name of different object. So the final parameter is the object which we are going to change the name. So here it is column. So column. We have completed the query. Now execute this and see if the name is getting changed. Yeah, we have got a message changing any part of an object name could break script and stored procedure. That is just a caution message. Now let us query the table once again and see if the name is changed. Yeah, now we can see that the name has been successfully changed to transaction underscore at. Now the final operation that we are going to see is modifying data type. So here we are going to modify the transactions at column data type from date time to date. For that, date time to date, we are going to modify date time to date, because here in the column we have some date part appended to the, sorry, we have some time part appended to the date section. So actually we don't require this hour, minute, seconds and nanosecond part. So we are going to remove this part by simply changing the data type. So here we will start with alter statement, alter table. Then we will specify the table name, that is transaction underscore table. Then we have to specify once more alter statement, alter, that is column. Then we have to specify the column name. So the new column name is transaction underscore at. Then we specify the new data type, that is date. Complete it with a semicolon. Execute this and see what is happening. Cannot find object transaction underscore table. It is not transaction, it is transactions. Now execute and we will get the result. It is completed successfully. Now once again we will query the table and see what has happened. Now we can see that in the transactions at column, the time part is not appended anymore. So we have successfully changed the column data type. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe for more. Thank you.